Now, this is what was once known as a dunce's cap, remember? The one who always failed in school was made to wear this and sit on a stool in a corner as a reprimand. Well, the dramatic story we have to tell deals with a man who was always known as Dunce. And in just a moment, I'll be back and tell you more about tonight's play. Tonight's play centers on a merchant seaman who was always known as the Dunce, and who was returned to his little hometown obsessed with the problem of solving the murder mystery of a man who'd always been like a father to him. Our story is set in southern Germany, and our play was entirely produced there on the spot. It's a fine drama, magnificently acted by an all-German cast of distinguished players. May I present the Dunce.
Did you see who that was?
Sure. Paul Miller.
Good old Dunce.
What's good about him? He should have been in jail. What he did to Willie Breyer. Come on, come on.
Did you see him, Hans? It's the Dunce, back again.
Yes, I saw him all right. If he wants trouble, he can have it. I've been waiting for this long time. Come on.
If it isn't the Dunce, my old schoolmate, until he got so far behind I lost sight of him. Well, bless my soul, Paul Miller.
Paul?
Hello, Anna.
I'm glad to see you again, Paul.
I'm sorry about that.
Hello, Paul. Don't you remember me? Walter Gotts. Don't let the mustache and the glasses fool you. Oh, yes. There have been a lot of changes since you went. I own the place now. Well, you certainly came back with a bang. Seeing as it's you, I'll only charge you half for the breakages, Dunce.
I'll tell you something slowly so you can remember it. Don't ever call me that again.
But it was only a joke, Paul. Only a joke. Oh, you haven't changed. I can see that. Let's all calm down. This calls for a celebration. Let's see. How long since you left, Paul? 10? Oh, no, it was before the war. Billy, you remember Paul Miller?
Hello. I'm Hans Toller, the boy from the next farm. I know.
I remember the day you left. You swore you'd never come back.
I had a letter from some lawyer.
It wasn't anything to do with me. There were no hard feelings, I assure you. Our little trouble is quite forgotten.
Of course, of course.
This was about Martin Brecht.
Yes. That was a terrible thing. Poor old fellow. I understand you left Hugh's farm. Well, it's a bit run down, but I could make you an offer for it. If you are interested.
What thing? Breaking up the place? Was it such a shock? What? No more kisses? No, that Dunce is around?
Hey, can't you take a joke?
No.
This kind of joke is the only thing I remember of this village.
There were only two people who ever spoke a decent word to me. The other was Martin Brecht.
And one of you killed him. I've come to find out which one.
And when I do, I'll kill him. Like he did Martin.
Good night, Herrgott.
Good night, Walter.
Good night.
Now then, calm down, everyone. Nobody's angry with anyone. Paul, you shouldn't have done that. Ah, come now. Let's sit down, the four of us, and talk like friends about old times. Leaving already? It's early yet.
Good night, Walter.
Good night. I can't make this village keep late hours, not even on Saturday night. I left soon after you did, Paul. Had 6 years in the army, then set up in Hamburg after the war. I made a pile in the import-export business. Decided to retire and take things quieter. And where's quieter than Rotenkirch? Now, the trains hardly stop here now. Not like Hamburg, eh, Paul?
You people who go away and then come back years later as if nothing has happened.
Well, I have been here all my life, and I haven't done too badly. I have the chemist's shop now, and it's still the only one in Rotenkirch.
I bought this place 5 years ago. Old man Kobler was killed in the war, you know, and Anna couldn't make it pay by herself. I got it quite cheap. Why, I gave her the job out of kindship.
Tell me about Martin.
Martin. Oh, yes, Martin. He always came in on Saturday nights.
Oh, really proud of you he was. All we heard from him was Paul, Paul, his boy Paul. Just as if he were your father.
What happened that night?
Oh, yes. It was late. He was sitting just where you are now. He was the last to go. I told him I wanted to close up, so he got his hat and coat and walked out of that door. And who knows what happened after that?
The man who killed him.
But he wasn't heading back to his farm. They found him at the other end of the street, just between the shops and the station.
He couldn't have been going to buy anything. My shops had closed long ago, but the station was still open. He might have been going to buy a ticket.
He'd been over it 1,000,000 times. He didn't have an enemy in the world.
Oh, the police from Obernsdorf were very thorough in their inquiries, but even they couldn't make head or tail of it.
He'd been kind to everyone and minded his own business. He'd been hit from behind, they said.
But it wasn't robbery. There was nothing taken from his pockets.
I was wondering when Karen was going to show up.
She worked here too?
Yes, she keeps the place clean, for money. We got married after I came back from Hamburg. Oh, yes, she's all mine, for better or worse, etc., etc., etc.
Did you break all these? When I talk to you, stand still and listen. You're not the queen bee anymore. Bring your coffee over there.
She didn't do it, Karen. My friend Paul here was doing the damage.
Well, what do you know? If it isn't done.
Karen, please. His name's Paul.
Paul, you're not talking about a stranger. This is someone I knew a long time ago. A boy who used to spend his time reading 5 Pfennig novels. All about cowboys and detectives. Welcome home. Even bigger than I remember. And stronger. Tell me what you've been doing.
Why, he's a sailor, my dear. Can't you see? In the merchant service.
Dan? Miss me, Dunce?
What can I do about it?
You remember how you used to feel about me? When you'd walk past the house half the night. You clumsy idiot! What's the matter with you? Can't you even hold the cup in a saucer? Or did you do it on purpose? You did do it on purpose. Walter!
Karen, now.
Don't talk! Fire her! You saw what she did!
It was an accident.
Hey, wait a minute.
stay out of this, Dunce. It has nothing to do with you.
Anna.
It's all right, Paul. I should have walked out of here a long time ago.
We didn't owe her anything. She was paid today. Come on, sit down.
Anna!
Paul, it was so nice to see you again. But I can't bear to see you get into trouble. I've got a room here since they bought the hotel.
What will you do now?
Oh, I shall go away. I find something better.
Oh, don't go away.
Why not?
I want you to help me. I have to find out.
And when you found out?
I'll kill him.
And then?
I don't care what happens to me.
But I do. Good night, Paul.
You are lucky. Someone here doesn't seem to like you. You should watch out, my friend. That Karen. I'll tell you, plain homely women are the best. A man doesn't have to do their work for them. You mustn't let her tease you, Paul. If she does, just tell her she's getting fat. That'll settle her. Got any ideas about the killer yet? You know, motive, opportunity, alibis. You've got to take all those things into consideration to be a detective, you know. Maybe here's someone who can help you.
Have you Paul Miller staying here?
I'm Paul Miller.
Now, Miller, we've had a complaint about you.
From whom?
That doesn't matter. Assaulting a customer in this hotel and brawling in the streets. There is an old charge against you, too, of assaulting one Willem Breyer.
Willem Breyer.
So I'm warning you. You are to leave Rottenkirch tonight on the night train, or I shall arrest you on the charge standing against you. We are not having any more of your sort of trouble here. Good day, Herrgott.
Bye.
Where are you going, Paul?
Well, I haven't got much time, have I?
Why, hello. I heard you run into a little trouble last night. Want something to pull you together?
Nope.
Then what do you want?
I want to know who killed Martin Brecht.
I don't know anything, Miller. I swear it. I don't know anything. You've got it in for me, Miller, because of our little trouble years ago. But I've never mentioned it since to anybody. Honestly.
So it wasn't you who called the police today?
No, indeed. I haven't got to telephone. There are only two in the village. One at the station and the hotel.
At the station and the hotel.
Hey, Paul, where are you going? Mind if I go with you? Like to see you solve a murder.
I will.
Maybe I can help you. You might need somebody to answer questions. After all, we were all kids together, Paul.
One of those kids grew up to be a murderer. And you wanted his farm, didn't you?
Can you find anything better to do?
I'm watching the Dunce play detective. I find it amusing.
I'm glad you're enjoying yourself.
Morning. You wish to use the telephone? The charge is 20 pennies.
Did anyone use it this morning?
Oh, Mr. Miller. No, nobody.
I wonder, could you tell me, was the station open that night when...
Yes, I was here.
Do you think Martin Brecht could have been coming here to use the telephone?
Why should he? He had never telephoned before. When he wanted to, he could call from the hotel. Besides, he'd been here earlier to collect his magazines. We were good friends, he and I. Oh, by the way, this morning came another package. They were carrying every Moses. You'd better take it. You must have spent a fortune on magazines for him.
Well, he liked them to read. He liked to read.
Yes, especially those detective magazines.
Where are the other ones? The ones that came in since?
Oh, I used to give them to Anna Kobler, knowing you two used to be friendly. I didn't think there was any harm.
It's all right. Thanks.
Oh, by the way, she's leaving tonight.
Who?
Anna Kobler, on the night train.
Would you like some coffee? I'd make it myself.
No, thank you.
Paul, why do you have to be so serious? Why can't you just enjoy your leave? I could help you to. After all, we haven't seen one another for ever so long.
I didn't come here for that, Karin.
Perhaps I can make you change your mind.
Leave him alone, can't you?
Why should I? I have as much right to talk to him as you have. I knew Dunce before I knew you. Didn't I, Dunce?
To think I left Hamburg for you.
That's all you talk about when you're not talking about your money. Hamburg, Hamburg, Hamburg. Anyone think you were mayor?
I did all right in Hamburg without being mayor.
We know. Don't tell us again.
I used to handle millions of marks in trade. Every day of the week. World trade. Machinery to Sweden. Steel to Egypt. Livestock to Iceland.
Livestock to Iceland?
Yes.
Well, I'm just a dumb sailor. But I know the cargo that's under me. And where it's going and where it's come from. Livestock comes from Iceland. Doesn't go there.
I got it backwards. That's all.
You've always said it that way. The very word.
Seems to me a businessman would know what he was buying and selling.
All right. So I made my money in other ways. What difference does it make?
Enough for you to lie about it.
A miser and a liar. I did all right, didn't I?
Paul, what good will it do? What good will it do you?
I've got to find out. Stay and help me, and I'm not clever enough to think it out by myself.
You'll only get into trouble again. Serious trouble this time.
I don't care. I don't care. Don't you understand? I hate this place. I hate them all for what they did to him.
I do understand, Paul. I hate them too. Some of them. But I'm not going away because of that. I'm going because I don't want to see them hurt you again.
Then think for me. Help me to get it straight.
But have you anything to go on?
Nothing that makes sense. It's someone here. It must be. His whole life was here. There is no reason for anyone to come from anywhere else and kill him.
But why should anyone here want to kill him?
Anna, did Martin say anything to you that night? Did he seem to be worried?
No, he was the same. Cheerful, kind, happy. You could always see everything he was thinking in his eyes. He was like that. He couldn't hide anything.
Yes, he was like that. What was he doing when you last saw him?
He was the last customer. He was sitting, reading a detective magazine. Good night, Anna, he said. This is the last one. I'll soon have finished it.
Where are they?
What?
They're the magazines.
Oh, I've got them all here, but one got burned in the hotel.
Who burned it?
I don't know. I found some pieces when I cleaned out the boiler.
Give them to me.
I hope you didn't mind. I took them in case you ever came back. I was keeping them for you.
You may have recognized someone's picture. Someone here.
Paul! Paul, come back!
Karen! Telephone the police at Obenstone.
What?
He's coming to make trouble again. We can't afford it.
Who can't?
Go on, quick. Do as I tell you.
Hello, Paul. Found the murderer yet?
Yes, his picture's in here.
His picture? Whose picture?
This is the same magazine Martin was reading just before he was killed.
What?
What you are talking about? If you come here to make some trouble again...
Yes, pictures of men wanted by the police in Hamburg.
Well, let's have a look at it. Give it to me.
Why do you want to see it? Was there a picture of you as the police knew you without mustache and glasses? But that didn't fool Martin, did it?
It's a lie. Help me. Help me, somebody. One more lie to you.
No, I want to hear.
Help me, Hans.
What's one more lie to you? Martin was going to the station to telephone the police. Did you follow him and kill him because you had something to hide?
Then why did you burn the magazine? Why? Did you kill him? Did you kill him? Yes. Paul! Paul, stop!
Paul! Paul! Take me with you! No! No, stop! The man you want is inside. The man I want.
Anna!
then, is the story of a friendship true and good. I hope I can count on you being back with us for our next equally unusual story. Until then, thank you.